Hey there guys, and welcome to a brand new Football Manager 2020 career mode. Now what we're looking at today is we are starting with an unemployed manager who has the bottom tier of all statistics. So if we can maybe look at our stats. There we are in our attributes, and you can see we have next to nothing. I have put a little bit extra into working with youngsters. I think maybe if we get a small team that we can maybe build up a little bit from the bottom like that. But really, I have no idea what to expect, which jobs are available, and yeah, it's going to be difficult for us to get something that matches what we need. But that's the challenge, and to start off we are just going to apply to every single one of these jobs. uh, we can't pick and choose right now, so kick off, we'll go for every one of them, and yeah, we'll see what happens from there. We're going to have a couple of, actually it was only the one. I thought we'd have a couple of different interviews to do after that, but so we have the Cove Rangers interview. A wage budget of 1,848. That isn't too bad for this level, to be honest. That isn't the worst. I think I'll say I would like a slightly higher wage budget, but we're not sure if Michael O'Donovan has that in his locker to be able to. If Is there anything we would want as a request? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't push my luck and propose anything so far. A lot of unsuccessful job offers here. Longford have shown some interest. Go through that again. So we have some applications in there. Actually, we should maybe do these little interviews right now, because if we do the interviews, that might be able to just get us that small amount of buzz going. But we've missed the opportunity. I'm going to have to look out for that a little bit more. The Hearts job's out because they have hired Roberto Di Matteo. That is a fantastic signing for them. Same with Tim Sherwood at Carlisle, Stuart Pearce at Ebbsfleet. So it looks like Cove Ramblers is interested in signing us on. They have given us a slightly higher wage budget than we asked, so that's good to see. They are just wanting us to avoid relegation. It's not the most ambitious in the world. I'm not sure that is going to be the best of the options. So I'm going to delay it briefly, and we'll delay it for a week, and then we'll make our decision. Thankfully, they accepted the delay. So we do have an interview offer from Braintree. They They've done a little bit in more recent times, but nothing major. They won the National League South. That's where they are currently, so they have done that before. They did get promoted and relegated from the Vanarama National League, and they got relegated each of their two seasons they were up. So it looks like they would like to get the promotion this time from the way it looks. So I think they are going to be chasing the promotion spot. We will attend the interview though, merely considering my options, long-term success, uh, well versed in handling the financial situations, happy with these proposals. They're expecting a mid-table finish. I want to go a little bit beyond that and say that I think we could challenge for a playoff spot. That is a good wage budget of 4,843, but I'm going to just push my luck a little bit and ask for more. I'm not going to put in any additional requests either, so we can move forward from there. We don't have the Barnsley job or the Grimsby job. Distillery. Conway and Knockbreda have all offered us interviews. They only have a £120 wage budget, which is just not, it's not high enough, so I'm going to ask for a little bit more. That's Distillery, Lisbon Distillery, or Lisburn Distillery, sorry. The Conway job, go through these as well. I think I want to go with a mid-table finish for this one, just because I don't think it's good enough to say I'm just going to avoid relegation. I'd like a slightly higher wage budget, no other requests, and finally Knockbreda. Or is it Knockbreda? I'm not entirely sure. Colin Russell will have to tell me that when the turn up from a first day in the job. Mid-table finish again, slightly higher wage budget, no requests. So there's some jobs that definitely have higher wage budgets than others. So do we have any jobs? We don't have the Longford job. That went to Pat Devlin. They weren't willing to give us a little bit more of the wage budget, so we did price ourselves out of the Longford job. So that's not great. Maybe that could happen in a couple of these. So I have Oxford City here. I am not going to ask anything else. And the Falkirk job is gone, but we did have that one. Say, we did get priced out of that one. We didn't get the Leighton Orient job either, but I think they just turned us down. Conway Borough have offered us the job that's in Wales. Y Morpha, that is quite the name. 3,000 capacity isn't too bad. That is something you could definitely work with size-wise. Rob Jones is their main player. Doesn't really look like there's too much going on with Rob, and he's 30 years old as well, so he won't improve too much. We have a right winger. He's okay, I suppose. He has some aspects. One heading, though, and one strength, so he is really going to struggle if he ever pushes towards being inside the box. Who else have we got of players? Iolo Hughes. Iolo is quite the name. 23 years old. Looks like a decent centre back, but that tackling is 5 tackling. There's nothing you can really do there. I don't know why I said he was decent. He's got 18 aggression and 5 tackling. He's just going to be taking kneecaps out the entire game. I'm going to delay this for a week as well because we might have some better options that could come up. There's the Cole Ramblers job. That was the original one we had. I'm getting a little bit scared now because I do think we have some better options. We have applied to some, but I'm just not sure. We have a job here at Accrington. I'm going to apply for that as well. I think out of the ones we have offered to us, Oxford might be the best option, or Braintree, because Braintree's already got promoted before. So it will be a look between the two of those as to which one we think. Yeah, Oxford isn't as good as Braintree. They haven't done as well in this competition previously. Looking at the players, there is quite a lot of younger players in Braintree, whereas if we look at Oxford, again, there is some young players here as well, so they do have good young teams. That's something I would like to be able to work with. Going to see if they let me delay for a week again. They have agreed to the delay, so that is very good. Distillery offer the job, and Knockbreda. Wage budget is 130 for Distillery. They're in the Northern Ireland League. Knockbreda are also in the Northern Ireland League, but they are a league ahead of Distillery. Or Knockbreda, they're semi-professional, half a star reputation, so it's not going to set the world on fire. I think with the options we've got, I'm not too interested in the Lisburn Distillery job, but I am going to delay them all again, just in case something happens. Because I would like to assess all of my options in one go, but I think I'm going to start getting asked to press for decisions now. How's Cole Ramblers? So Cole Ramblers have been playing quite well, and we do have that job, so I think it's just going to be down to the budget we're given for each of those. He's quite a decent-ish player, but 8 passing in the centre. I'm not sure 8 passing is ever what I'm really looking for. We are linked to the role. It would be a fantastic opportunity, let's say. Yeah, I'm struggling really. Following your recent interview at Oxford City, I'd invite you to suggest any changes you would make to the backroom staff setup. I'm allowed to order all of the contracts that I can. Would have to have a look at their backroom staff though. So let's go with the senior squad to begin with. 700 a week for Ross Jenkins. He does have some good determination and discipline, but he doesn't really have the actual, I guess 7 for a team at this level. That's not too bad. As we're both Scottish, he did play, as we both played in Scotland, he did play at Hamilton. Do we really need 2 physios? Someone's trying to take her away anyways, so I think we would only have 1. So, yeah, we'd have 2 physios. A head physio as well. That's a huge physio team, which I really don't think we need. Yeah, I'm not sure we need this level of people, but they aren't collecting a wage, so nothing too damaging from them. So I think there would be some changes having to do. Again, I don't know if we really need an assistant manager at this level right now. And he is making 230 a month. So I'm going to suggest some changes. I would get rid of him. And I can't get rid of Michaela. I'd get rid of Dave. Yeah, I think that's okay. And then maybe there's a lot of compensation needed for these guys actually. So I think I would keep them on just for that. But I would get rid of Dave, I think, is the key one. And then I would let the other guys run down their contracts probably. So the Wexford, I've been unsuccessful in the Braintree interview. That is disappointing. They were kind of my top option at this moment, which is not good. We have got the Oxford job though. That was my backup. Offering us nearly 1,000 a week. That's very good. They have promised to keep the director of football in place. I wish I hadn't done that now. 2.8. They are my number 1 option right now. Who else have we got going? Oxford, Vanarama, National League South. I think they have to be the top option. There is no better option, and as a result, I think, then again, they are just trying to avoid relegation. Do I want to go to a team that is their only requirements, or that I don't get relegated? Because some of these other teams, they do have a little bit more ambition, and I would like to be challenging for a title in my first season. I will delay Oxford for a week, and hopefully they accept that. Yeah, they do. So I'll delay that for a week, and then I'll just look at everything and really assess who I want to go to. The Accrington job went away. We do have some options here, though. I think I want to be challenging for a title, and I do like the idea of playing in a league that I'm not specifically familiar with. So it would be quite good to, say, dominate the Northern Irish League. You have Cove Ramblers. 2,000 a week wage budget. That is pretty much similar to Oxford, which is interesting. We are making less a week, but I'm not too concerned about the wages of us personally so far. I'm not going to take the Conway job. There's just nothing to work with wage budget wise there. Fight bravely against relegation. They just want to survive at this point, so I'm not going to take that job. Cove Ramblers, I believe I'm going to put ahead of Oxford, just because I think it would be a little bit more fun playing over in the Irish League to start with, and then maybe I could look at transferring over to England down the line, but I find it maybe a little bit more interesting, so I'll start some negotiations with them. I'd like maybe a slightly longer contract, because I don't know, I don't have the most amount of promise there. So I feel like I'm going to ask if I can get a year contract. My wage is fine, so I'm going to suggest the terms. They are okay with them. And I have accepted the job at Cove Ramblers. We are the Ramblers. Cove Ramblers have today confirmed the appointment of Alistair McAdam as the club's new manager. Eyebrows have been raised in the football world at the appointment of the 27-year-old who has recently spent time away from the club, and he is sure to face plenty of questions when he faces the media for the first time at St Coleman's Park. He replaces previous manager Stephen Henderson. Might be worth having a look to see where he failed along the way. McAdam rejected the offers from Oxford City, Knockbreed AFC and Lisburn Distillery. The Cove Ramblers are currently lying in 8th position in the Irish First Division. Cove Ramblers have only won one of their last 5 games. Founded in 1992 or 1922, Cove Ramblers are a semi-professional Irish club currently playing in the Irish First Division. Ramblers finished as League Cup runners-up in 2008, so that is a good place for us to go forward. The club play their home games at St Coleman's Park. That is a 5,000 capacity. That is fantastic at this level. Basic facilities, which is good for the time being, and possess basic training facilities and basic youth facilities. The club also has an average academy coaching and adequate youth recruitment network. The club is affectionately known as Ramblers and retains a fierce rivalry with Cork City and Cove Wanderers. That's interesting. A Cove Wanderers team. As a club which enjoyed its best spell during the 2000s and the last competition win as recently as 2016, Ramblers are the first club with a growing history. Cove Ramblers won the Irish second tier for the only time in 2007 and were runners-up 3 times, finishing runners-up in the First Division Shield in 1998, finished in runners-up in the Second Division South in 2010, and finished runners-up in the League Cup in 2018. So I think we do have some good options there. Media is predicting us to finish 10th, so we aren't challenging this time, but I do think we might be able to push that up a little bit. They do like us playing 5 at the back. That's a very defensive strategy, but we might just need it. Essentially, everyone is in their last year of their contract. We do have a youth intake this year. We're going to have a lot of wingers. And there's an excellent group. That is brilliant to see. That is really going to help us. Avoid finishing bottom. Attempt to be competitive. I think we'll avoid finishing bottom. Keep it safe for the time being. Tactics induction, no thanks. And decline to meet the press. So I think now we are going to have to get to know the team. So I think an important one to add in here is their age. Yeah, we do have quite a young team, which is very good to see. We're going to have to look at what kind of options we've got for the players. It's hard for me to pick a tactical style before I know who we've really got. So we do have a right back, a couple of left backs, centre. So I think maybe they do have quite a lot of forwards as well. So I think maybe we'll keep it standard with something like a 4-4-2. I think maybe we should look to have counter-attacks going at the moment. It does appear that we might have a slightly weaker team. So we're going to go with a standard 4-4-2. And I think we're going to change this to a more classic 4-4-2. There. So goalkeepers. We do have Adam Mylod and Paul Hunt. Not too bad a player there, and 22 years old. He does have some areas, communication's bad, first touch is shocking, but he does have some good reflexes, decent mentals. So yeah, an okay option, and then maybe we'll just compare him to Paul Hunt. I think Hunt might actually be the better option here. There's a lot more speed for Adam Mylod, but Paul Hunt just has the aerial ability, and I think that's going to be a big factor, shot stopping. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to swap that position around then. So we have Hunt in goals. Right back. Who have we got? Charlie Fleming looks like the only option we have here. So we'll have a little look at Charlie Fleming. He's 21 years old, got some really good physicals for this level. He really needs to work in his stamina though, because that is a big downside. Decent mentals, 5 crossing isn't great. His tackling is good, needs a little bit of work in his marking, but he seems like the only option here. Then we have James McSweeney. Have a little look at James. James is a decent centre back. Looks like his main strength is going to be heading the ball away. Not the best tackling and marking in the world for a player of this level, but again, it could be worse. So we have Charlie Lyons or Ben Reardon. So we'll just have a little compare of these two. Charlie Lyons. So yeah, Ben Reardon is a lot more of a physical kind of player, and there's a little bit more speed with Lyons. So it definitely looks like that is a straight Ben Reardon should be playing at the back, and Charlie Lyons can play in our full-back position. Is there other options for a full-back on the left side? So you have Kevin Taylor, so maybe a little comparison with him and Kevin Taylor. Taylor is a much better defensive player, but he looks like he's going to be heading the ball and that kind of side of things, whereas we've got a bit more technique. Actually, I'm saying I'm wrong actually there. Looks like Lyons is more of the player able to head that way, but Kevin Taylor looks like a much more technical and attacking player. So I'm thinking to start with, we'll put Taylor in that position, but we'll maybe make a decision down the line depending on how our defence is looking. So on the right, we have Ian Turner, who they tell us is definitely the best. He does look like our best player by far. He's 30 years old. Yeah, he definitely looks like he is a big player for the team. Decent physicals. He's able to cross the ball in. Good first touch. Good off the ball. So I'm assuming that Turner is going to be one of our biggest players in the whole team. A more defensive option in the centre here. Let's have a little look at Dave Hurley. I think he actually looks like he might be a little better if I bring him in the more attacking side of things. He's got really good acceleration there, decent mentals. So I'll put Dave in this centre position here. And then let's have a little look at Greg Henry. Not great defensively either. So who's got the better defensive stats? So we'll compare the two of them to each other. So the defensive stats are on Henry. So I think Henry is going to have to play our defensive central midfield position. Yeah, I think that probably works out for us. And then if we look, we have nothing of an option at left winger. Those aren't great. He does have great crossing though, so that might just be enough for us to come through. He is only 19 years old, Stephen O'Leary, and not great physicals though. Those are probably the biggest concern. I'm surprised at how bad our forwards are looking here. Look at Shane Cullen as a forward, 17 years old, really good finishing, able to get a header on the ball. Not the best jumping reach in the world, but I think someone who's able to head the ball like that is someone we have to include, so I'm going to keep him there. And then maybe just to lay it off them, we might have Cian Leonard. We'll have a little look at him and maybe compare him to some of our other attackers. He's all about the speed, good acceleration, pace not too bad, really bad stamina and strength, good finishing, capable of heading the ball. He wants to be a poacher, and I'm not sure that's how I'm going to be looking at that. We will compare him with Cian. Is just a better player all round. Everything that we see Ben being good at, Cian is just a little bit better. Yeah, look at Jeff. Jeff's a more physical player, a little bit better vision, maybe just not as good to set up some of those opportunities which we're going to need happening. And we have Brian Murphy. Brian is quite good here. He does have some good statistics. A little bit less technical, vision's a little bit worse, but he is slightly better at attack, and he is quite a more physical player. I think we're going to need the technique of Cian though, so we're going to keep Cian, and Brian will be on the bench. Right guys, so this is the team here. We have Paul Hunt, Charlie Fleming on the right, James McSweeney in the centre, Ben Reardon in the centre, Kevin Taylor on the left, Ian Turner on the right, Greg Henry and David Hurley in the centre midfield, Stephen O'Leary playing the left winger, Cian Leonard and Shane Cullen up front. We are going to play around with these a little bit, but we'll probably do that a bit more throughout. Now, the important thing to look at here is we are in the middle of playing with this team. So if you can look, they have not been playing well. They've only got 4 wins this entire season. They've been knocked out of the League Cup in the second round against Waterford. They did manage a draw against Longford here, and that was another one of the teams we were in for. They beat Wexford, who we were in for, so it is good that we've picked the better team out of the two of them currently. But it's not looking good. We do have a Senior Challenge Cup that we can still play in. There's only a couple of games left of the season, so really we are of 16 points. And to avoid bottom is 12. So I'm thinking I would like is maybe, how many games have we got left? I don't know if I'm being a little bit ambitious. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games left. From those 8 games, I'm not sure we're going to be able to win all of them. So if we look again at the league table, 8 games left. If we can win at least half of those, we'll clear 12 points. That's 4 wins. So I'm thinking I would like to finish around 6th or 5th. Obviously, if we could get higher, that'd be amazing. But we are 14 points down from Bray. Don't think that's going to happen. So 12 points is still really ambitious to get ahead of Drogheda. I'm not sure if it's possible, but that is my goal for the end of the season. Kane Leonard is our top goal scorer. Ian Turner has the best average rating so far and has 5 assists. Looks like Kevin Taylor has actually got a couple of goals, which is surprising on his right back position. But yeah, we'll move ahead and we'll go through our first game. So we'll go ahead, we'll get ready for this game. Our first game is against Athlone Town. They are currently 6th, so this is going to be huge for us to get up to that point because that is the place that I said I wanted to get. So a win over Athlone cuts that deficit by 3 points right off the bat, so that would be huge for us. How many points ahead are Athlone than us? How have we played with Athlone this season? We lost 2-1 to them back. It was Dean George and Evan Pearce. We've got it. Reardon picked up a red card in that game. We may have a couple of changes to the team since then, so hopefully that will make a difference. But yeah, so we haven't done great against them so far this season, but obviously it was a different team and a different manager back then. So okay, well, let's see how the team does. This is our first game of the season. They are playing a 4-3-3 position. They do look like they might be quite defensive and try and maybe catch us on the breaks. Let's be passionate. We're the underdogs here. Let's cause an upset. Let's see if we can get anything motivating out of the team. Yeah, it seems like we've got some good reactions there. So let's kick off, see how we do. So we've immediately got a bad tackle in from Fleming there. Gets off with a warning. So we are the only team with a shot so far. We've got 2 shots in, that's not bad. McSweeney, it's the crossbar. Damn. Really was hoping we'd be able to get something there. It was a nice little ball in, nice header from McSweeney. They are picking up some knocks and some yellow cards so far. Charlie Fleming gets it. He was quite bad earlier, so I think I'm going to tell him to ease off his tackles a little bit. Reardon. We are looking quite good with these headers, so maybe that's something I should maybe tell the team. Are they going to catch us on the counter here? Nice tackle. So I didn't really say anything for the team so far, just because I don't really know too much about the team, so I didn't want to do that. We're going to tell them to start hitting the early crosses. They are getting a lot of yellow cards, which could benefit us in stopping their tackles. That looked like quite a nice shot there, but not too sure what happened. Bit of indecision at the back there. Hopefully they managed to keep up. They have come back in attempts. They've made some changes and it's definitely helped them. I think I'm going to demand more from the team and see if that helps us. It did help us with a couple of the players. So I think that was a good first half for us. I think everyone did quite well. I'm going to be passionate and tell them we're the better team here. Going to tell them I'm impressed with their defending. Some of them didn't like that, so I'll leave it for the night. For some reason, our assistant manager wanted to say there was no pressure. I disagree. I think there's quite a lot of pressure from this. Cullen is a little bit nervous at the front. Haven't really seen him get involved in the game too much. I think we're going to have to change this down to extended because we're not the most exciting team on the planet. Bad ball up from O'Leary there. Wonder if we're able to catch them here making a mistake. We're not. We do have the ball back. Bad pass by O'Riordan. And they get a nice shot out of it. O'Riordan, that really left us open there. Not happy about that. We do have the possession in the game here. Nice little cross in, nothing too challenging. Keane Leonard gets tackled. Nice cross in. Leaves the ball sitting at O'Leary, who's got a bit of space. Bad attempt though. We still have possession. Out to Fleming. Is he able to make anything happen here? Bit of RJ Bargy going on. It's back to us, back to them. A big ping pong game, quite low level. But they have the possession. They have cut it through. Terrible header from Fleming. Pierce doesn't get the pass. Our defenders are just making some simple mistakes right now, and I'm not liking seeing it. I think I'm going to have to make a change. We do have... So who would come on for Fleming here? Kevin Taylor is at the left. I think I'm going to change him for Taylor. I'm going to bring on Lyons at the left back position. Hopefully that maybe makes a slight difference. Fleming is playing okay, but he's just making some mistakes and he's got a yellow card, so it's better safe than sorry, I think. So we do still have quite a lot of the possession and we do have quite a lot of the chances, but we are making some fouls now, which isn't great. I feel like maybe we'll have to make another sub in a minute because nice little attempt. Turner is banging these in, and it is good to see. Tactics. So I'm going to take off Cullen, and I'll bring on Jeff. Let's make Jeff a pressing forward, as I know he has been training at before we came to the club, and maybe something in midfield. So maybe I'll bring on a Driscoll here for O'Leary, because O'Leary just hasn't really been involved in the game like I would like him to. So we're going to go with this. Maybe we'll go with, and then I don't want to make too many big changes, so we'll go with that and see how we do. Maybe make a demand more. Good reaction from the club there. I'm liking this performance just because we've had all the possession. We don't have the strongest strike force in the world, so that's something that could affect us. A last chance for them. This better not be... Oh, I thought they were going to just challenge us. They do have a corner. Get it. Oh, free shot for Fitzsimmons there, and he just about got it. I feel like we've got too much indecision with our defenders at the back. They get a bit confused quickly, and our attackers don't seem to really be doing a whole lot in the game. Good pick up by Turner. We could just have a last opportunity here. Goes out for a throw in. I'm liking Turner. Turner's probably the standout for me here today. Are we able to make anything happen with this last opportunity? Nah. But we managed to pull a good team to a draw. They were predicted to pick up the win before the game. We got lots of possession, some good shots. Yeah, I'm happy with that. We also hit the crossbar, which is really unlucky for McSweeney early in the game. They have given our two centre backs the best position. I think they might have been quite good at getting headers in. I feel like the most of the mistakes that I saw were from Reardon, who did go up there in the players, and who was the other one? And Fleming also made a couple of mistakes as well. So we are going to have to watch out for that. I think it was a good effort. I think I'll say... Even everybody thought we'd get beaten today, we proved them wrong. Great result. Everyone's happy with it. So that was our first game for Cove Ramblers. I think I'm saying the first name right. I should maybe look it up before the second episode of this goes out to make sure I'm actually pronouncing the team right. That draw does put us down in ninth though. That is disappointing. We are going to have to pick up some wins, specifically against teams like Cabinteely, Limerick and Wexford, just so we avoid the position, avoid dropping down. Who did good there? Limerick got a 2-0 win over Wexford. I mean, they are the bottom team, so there's not too much I can say about that. We have picked up a point on Cabinteely as they got defeated by Drogheda. So yeah, there's definitely some positives I think out of that first game, and it's going to be good to go further. actually, just before finishing off, want to check what the attendance was like in that game, because that will tell us a little bit about how the team is doing with their fans. 218. There was a lot of people came to Drogheda game. At our home games, we seem to be getting around. I think that was a drop off. Actually, it seems like we've been doing better than that all season. So the new manager didn't. We were actually away at Athlone, so that's better than I thought. I thought that was a home game, so it isn't too bad that that happened. Our next one's against Bray, who are currently fourth. Uh, we are predicted to lose this game. I think we might be able to do something. Bray did get relegated last season from the Premier Division, so they are a solid team. But let's see, maybe we might just be able to surprise a couple of people, come through, pick up a draw, pick up a win. I'm not sure. I think the next game we're going to come back and watch on the channel will be the Limerick game, as that one is going to be huge for the team to see if we are able to avoid the bottom spot and try and challenge that Kingdom mid-table. We don't have too many easy games. We've got Wexford here. We're definitely going to need to win that. So the Wexford and Limerick games are probably the biggest two of the season for us remaining. Maybe Cabinteely as well down here. That one's going to be an away game, and I don't know. I've got a feeling that that game is going to be a big decider of the entire season. But yeah, thanks for joining today, guys. Give me any feedback you can. Hopefully we get a couple of people watching based on this. And if you've got any feedback, any advice, anything you would like to see from the channel, just give me a shout, and I hope to see you in the next game.